What's up, guys? You're listening to or watching another episode of Selling on Amazon with Andy Isom. In this episode, we're going to talk about how to liquidate Amazon FBA inventory, get your money back on your losing products. In this episode, we're going to talk about how to determine whether a product or your inventory is worthy of liquidation and how to go about that process. So we're going to talk about some reports that you should be looking at, as well as how to submit a removal order for liquidation and some other alternative options to try to recover some of your investment on a losing product or also on seasonal products so they don't hit those long-term storage fees at Amazon. So first, let's talk about the definition of liquidation. This might be a new term for you if you're new to the business world. Liquidation simply means selling off your inventory at a reduced price to recover some of your initial investment. So some common reasons why you might want to or need to liquidate is due to overstock, meaning you have way too much inventory of that specific product at Amazon FBA and it's not selling as quickly as it needs to. Again, you might be hitting long-term storage fees, which are really going to hurt your profit margins. Or maybe it's a seasonal product like a Christmas or holiday or summertime product, and that season has passed and you're still stuck with a ton of inventory. So you need to get rid of it again to make sure that you're not incurring those long-term storage fees. Or just might be that there's just poor sales performance. Maybe you order 1,000 units of a product thinking it's going to be a really awesome product. You've been selling for 6, 8, 9 months and it's just simply not moving. So you need to kind of cut your losses, try to recover some of your cash so that you can invest it into another product. There might also just be simply changes to consumer demand. This might be a product that used to sell really well for you, but times change, market changes, and it's just not simply in the demand that it used to be. And so it's time to, again, adapt and innovate and maybe launch a new updated version of that product. Now, holding on to inventory instead of liquidating can really tie up your capital. And again, probably the worst thing is hit those long-term storage fees where you're going to get hit with much higher fees than standard storage at Amazon, which is going to completely erase what profit margin you might have had left with those products. So again, liquidation can help free up cash, reduce the inventory and storage costs, and kind of help you get back on your feet. Now, liquidation is not going to really earn you a profit. In fact, in a lot of cases, liquidation is not even going to cover your costs. We'll talk a little bit more here in just a minute about liquidation, but in most instances, liquidation companies, whether you're doing it through Amazon or through another third-party company that we'll talk about a couple of those, they will likely be purchasing your product for somewhere in the 5 to maybe 10% of your standard retail price. So if you're selling a product for $20 on Amazon and you want to liquidate it, likely you're going to only be getting $1, maybe $2 back for that specific product. So if that product costs you $5 to manufacture, very unlikely you're going to get the $5 back from that product. So just keep that in mind. It's definitely not a profit-making strategy, and it's definitely not a recover all of your costs strategy, but if it's not selling at all and not moving and you need some money back in your pocket, it's a good last resort to try to get some money back for that specific product. Okay, so let's talk about assessing your inventory here really quickly. So you want to first identify your losing products or products that may not be selling as well as they should, or products that are getting close to long-term storage fees. The best report to see this is under your Amazon fulfillment reports called the Aged Inventory Surcharge Report. I've already downloaded this report here. Was pulled up on my screen, but this report will show an entire list of your SKUs and it'll have a snapshot date. And if we zoom in here a little bit, for those of you that are watching this video, you can see in the column, you can see the quantity charged, amount charged, and surcharge age tier, rate surcharge. So these are the columns you really want to pay attention to. In fact, let me add a little filter here really quickly. So if I sort this by quantity charged high to low, I have a SKU here that has 449 units that are being charged in the 181 to 210 day age tier. So there's a lot of inventory, over 400 units of inventory that is hitting that 180 day or greater long-term storage fee. And I'm getting hit with a $6 long-term storage fee every single month for that specific product. Now I could also sort by the amount charged. So the highest one is there's this other one here that only has 117 units, but it's in that 300 days or older surcharge tier. So I'm actually losing $62 per month in storage fees, long-term storage. Now, if I were to just total up this column, I'm paying right now for all this inventory around $260 per month in long-term storage fees. So this is a great place, a great report to come and see, okay, where do I have way too much inventory? Where am I getting charged? How long has this inventory been there? So you can go in and create some removal orders for that inventory. There's some other, reports and things you can look at. You can look at your business reports, sales performance. You can look at your storage fee reports. I mean, a lot of these reports kind of show the same thing, but the aged inventory surcharge report is one of my favorite ones to see. Where are you getting charged a lot for excess inventory? You can also look at your inventory health dashboard, FBA dashboard as well, to see how much inventory you have and how quickly that inventory is selling. So let's talk a little bit about some options for liquidating inventory. The first option is Amazon's FBA liquidations program. This allows you to liquidate inventory directly through Amazon. It's a straightforward option with minimal effort. To do this, you simply create a removal order, and then when you click to choose a method of removal, you can choose liquidations, return to address, or dispose. You can also change the default for this in your automatic removal settings. And you can create some settings that will automatically remove inventory once it hits certain inventory age or limits. And that makes it so you don't have to pay attention to these reports on a frequent basis. So you can set and say, hey, if any inventory is at Amazon more than 300 days, liquidate it or return to this address or dispose of it. So you can set those as well, those automatic removal settings, which definitely can help kind of keep this in check. So right here, you're just going to click the liquidations method. You'll go through, you'll select how many units for each of your SKUs that you have available that you want to liquidate. And then again, you'll get a liquidation offer. So under liquidations, you can see here, you can recover value on eligible inventory by liquidating it through a liquidator who will purchase it for about 5 to 10%, like I mentioned, of its average selling price. You should receive payment 60 to 90 days after submitting a liquidation order. To see more, click learn more. So you can learn more specifically here on Amazon Seller Central about the liquidation process, kind of the different options. You can see the fees as well. That's something to point out. There are processing fees depending on the size tier of the product. So the liquidation processing fee is based on the item size and weight. There's also a liquidations referral fee, which is 15% and is calculated on the gross recovery value. So there's an example here of recovering value for a removal order. So we've got this wireless accessories. Let's say it's a mobile device case, like an iPad case. Standard size weight, it's 0.2 pounds. So you can see right here, if this price, if you average selling this product for $20 on Amazon, the contracted liquidator rate for that product was 7.5%. The gross recovery value then would be $1.50 that you would get back from a liquidator. Amazon takes a liquidations referral fee of 15%, so they take 23 cents. There's also the liquidations processing fee, which is based on the size and weight, which is 25 cents. So you are left with $1.02. So again, if you were to liquidate this $20 iPad case through Amazon service, you would likely get $1.02 for every unit that you liquidated. So if you liquidated 100 units, you'd probably get $100 or so back. So again, you're definitely not making a profit. Obviously, this is not a business model liquidating inventory on Amazon, but it's a way to recover some money. So like, let's say this case cost you $3 to manufacture. So maybe you spent $300 to order 100 units. You could likely get $100 back through liquidating. So again, it's a way to recover some cash, get some capital back in your bank account. So definitely worth it as kind of a last resort, but just to mention that one right off the bat. Now, there's some other third-party liquidation companies. There's companies like Liquidation.com and Bulk that also do liquidation. Now, to utilize bigger companies like this off Amazon, likely you're going to have to do bigger inventory quantities. So if you're just trying to liquidate 20 units, 50 units, likely these options aren't going to be for you. But if you're trying to liquidate hundreds or thousands of units, you could look into some of these liquidation companies to try to bypass kind of those Amazon liquidation fees. Now, something else that you can do instead of, just liquidating through Amazon services is you can just do a removal order. So kind of going back to that removal order, you could do removal order and have them return to an address, send it back to your house, your warehouse, and try to sell the inventory on another marketplace. Try to sell it on eBay, Facebook Marketplace, local farmers markets, pop-up shops, garage sales. Like there's all sorts of ways that you can liquidate inventory. In fact, one of our favorite ways to liquidate inventory returns and whatnot is to do local trade shows. So we, rent a booth at local trade shows every year. And then a lot of our inventory that we're trying to liquidate, we'll go and sell it at these trade shows. So that's something that's worked well for us. And we're able to recover a lot more investment from that inventory than we would through, a $1 Amazon liquidation. So be creative with how you choose to liquidate your inventory. Again, you can also donate inventory, use it as a write-off. Maybe there's local shelters or programs that you can donate your products to and use it as a charitable donation and write-off for your business as well. And that might be a better way to recover some more money, I guess, through the form of tax savings on your business. But the big thing, guys, is just to keep an eye on this. Keep an eye on your inventory, keep an eye on your products. Really what we're trying to avoid, right, are those long-term storage fees. So if inventory is not selling, if inventory is not moving, and you're getting close to those long-term storage fees, that is the time to really consider some form of liquidation, removal, and those other methods that we talked about to get that inventory sold and try to recover some of your investment. Guys, if you want help, if you need help doing this is something that our agency team does too. We help clients with stuff like this all the time. And if you're interested in learning more about how to manage your Amazon brand, grow your brand, be more profitable, I've got some really, really awesome programs available for you guys. You can just go through my website, www.andyisom.com. There's links to all the different programs and services. And if you're not sure which one is right for you, you can fill out the form on our website and we'll reach out. Someone from my team will reach out and we can talk personally with you to find the best fit for you. Guys, once again, I'm Andy. You're listening to Selling on Amazon with Andy Isom. We'll see you in the next episode.